Hello everyone and welcome. I'm excited to share my latest haul. It's kind of a big one, so I do want to preface, while I would recommend most, if not all of the things that I purchased in the last, how many months has it been? Several months. I wouldn't recommend buying them all at once. Also, I bought so much because at the beginning of every year, my husband and I budget out some fun money to use throughout the rest of the year, and I used most of it already on coloring supplies. There are some that I've been wanting for a really long time, so I was like, you know what? These are things that I want, and rather than just like drawing it out throughout the year where, everything's getting more expensive with everything that's going on and shipping potentially like international going up again. I decided to splurge on some things. So I will say I will be going on a very long no buy. But the purpose of this video, the main purpose, is to share products that I think that you also might enjoy, or maybe that you haven't seen or heard of, or that you also want to try out. So I want to start out with the supplies. So first off, I got these Cretacolor pencils, and I think it was on Colorfully Optimistic's channel. She had a haul video where she had bought some of them open stock, and I thought they looked really cool. These ones are the Brilliance, so they are metallic. This is what they look like. It is a chunky pencil. Like, I gotta show you this against a normal pencil. It's huge. Like, I knew it was gonna be chunky, but I didn't really realize. So I will say the kind of the downside of it is because it's so big, it can be kind of awkward to color with. Let me find the color swatch for this set. Okay, so this is the Brilliant set right here. And it's kind of hard to tell, but they do look really shimmery. They are the softest metallic color pencils that I have ever used. And I do plan to use them. I have a black paper sketchbook, so I do plan to use them for non-coloring purposes. Mostly. I also got the 36? Oops. Can't remember if it's 30 or 36 set. It's the full set. I have used a couple. They are really soft pencils. And the colors, these are the colors, they actually are quite saturated. I was pretty impressed with how saturated they were. Now the numbering system is a little wonky because you have 292.02 and you have like 291. So let's see. I don't know. It's really confusing, their numbering system. It doesn't make any sense to me, really. It's all over the place, but they're kind of fun. I wanted to try them out because there's some pictures that have like large surface area that I want to use pencils for, when I don't really want to use water media or like ink tints or anything. So I thought it'd be fun to try these since you can cover a little bit more surface area. Next up, so I also did buy their pencil sharpener since it is a chunkier pencil, and the sharpener works well. I couldn't find it to show in this video, but it does work pretty well. And then I also got this, which I've heard about. This is a Tagal multi-sharpener, which is really nice because depending on the setting you choose, depends on the type of point that you get. Like the one is a more blunt, shorter point, which is really nice for those sad Prismacolors that just keep breaking all the time, but yeah, so it's worked pretty well so far. Next up, I got the Metallics Pan Pastel, which are really pretty, but they do show up a lot softer on paper than I thought they would. So it's more for like subtle highlights. And I got them in the stackable cylinder. I think you could also get them in a flat palette, but like for sake of storage, these ones work better for me, though it is kind of hard to find the color that you want. Also, I should say you might want to grab a snack and maybe a pen and paper, and in case you want to write anything down or just take screenshots. That's what I do. Okay, next up, I was just browsing Amazon and I came across this brand of granulating watercolors. This is Supervision. This is a chameleon set and the color palette is Flower Fire. And this is kind of cool because they use some different elements in the watercolor to get these cool effects. So it does have, I can't remember if you say it mica or mica. Mica in it. So it gets this really pretty shimmer, but it also granulates. So these are all of these swatches. They aren't as intense on paper as they are on the box example, but I was a little bit more shy with it. But yeah, and then this was me just playing with some of the colors. I do want to show you what they look like in the pan because the colors on here don't like actually match up like crazy to what colors you get, just because of how they work, because I think they have like dyes in them, and then they also have the granulating, which is just when there's like different weights of the medium, what is it, the pigment inside of it, and so it granulates and just kind of separates, and parts of it are heavier than others, kind of a thing. So came with 10 colors. Oh, but anyway, so I was looking at reviews and watching reviews, and some people were saying they aren't light fast even though they claim they are, but because I'm using it for coloring, that doesn't matter. But also look for these on AliExpress instead, because that's where they were originally being sold, and they were I think like $20 cheaper with free shipping, and I think it came within like 2 days, which is crazy. Because they are, depending on what seller you buy from, they are available to ship, to pick from shipping in the US for free. So anyways, sorry, that was a really long explanation for that. Next up, I got the Staedtler 120 double-ended fiber tip pens. These, I believe, were on sale, and I had a gift card, so I used that for part of these, and I did swatch them, but they don't have any numbers, so I was kind of like, wait, why did I swatch them? Because it's really hard to keep them in order, but it's really nice. The reason that I gravitated towards this is it had a lot of the colors that I will, look for to be using, like browns, because I have some color by numbers that call for a lot of browns, but my super tip markers, there's not very many brown options, so I wanted some brown options, and I think, comparatively, it's quite a bit better. My only complaint is they're really splotchy when you color like a large surface, so like that's the big downside of water-based markers. Okay, next up, so my husband had gifted me the I think 20 set of luminance, and I really loved them. And I was like, you know what, I gotta get the full set, because I am going to use all of the pencils. So these are the Caran d'Ache Luminance, the 100 set. And I guess this, they used to only have 76 colors until either last year or the year before. So I'm kind of glad that I did wait, because I really wanted this set a few years ago, but I never was willing to spend that much money on a set of pencils. So they're just really beautiful and very nicely packaged. Let me show you the swatch chart. I will also be using these for some of my personal fine art that I do. I want to do like some actual pencil artwork. Okay, so this is the color swatches for the 100 set of Luminance, and they're really saturated, and I would say they're more like, it's definitely more of an artist's palette as far as the type of colors that they have are very common for like painting. Yeah, I really like their more like peaches, and their selection of browns I like a lot better than the ones with Prismacolor and Polychromos. That's the only beef that I have with those two sets, is they don't really have the type of browns that I gravitate towards, and I feel like they don't have great browns for doing darker skin tones, which is something that I have been really trying to practice doing. So let's see, I believe that's all of the supplies. Now we're gonna get into the books. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can get all of this in one video. That's my hope, because yeah. So I'm gonna start off with PDFs. Sorry, I gotta move stuff really fast. So I did go ahead and print all of my Coloring Heaven Discovery Club PDFs from their website. But I only printed the ones that I felt like I would actually color. But it's kind of fun because it allows you to discover artists that like I mean, some of these artists I haven't heard of. I was so excited when I saw that Mrs. Peggotty Art had been featured, because I discovered her shop a while ago, and I think it's just so awesome that she like illustrates the classics. So anyways, these are some of the PDF Discovery Clubs from Coloring Heaven, which does come with the magazine subscription. So yeah, pretty awesome. And then let's go all the way to the back. All of these PDFs that I got this month were on sale. Let me see, I'm trying to find, okay, I think I'm close. Okay, so Mystic Art Mirrors had a 50% off sale. I always wait for her 50% off sales to buy her PDFs. So I bought her 1 Year of Joy PDF. So this is all different holidays, which I think is super fun. Yeah. Just because I want to start coloring more of the holidays around that time of year, because I usually haven't done that too much. And then I also bought the Zodiac one. I don't know why, because I don't really follow the Zodiac or anything, but I just have this fascination with all of the different styles of how artists draw the Zodiac for coloring pages. And then I also got the Once Upon a Time PDF, which is a sister to the other princess one, I would say. But this one I thought was fun because it has more of the fairy tales, and it also includes some of the villains, which I thought was kind of fun, like Ursula. This is a PDF I bought a while ago. I just never got around to putting it in. And then I had bought the Whimsy Girls Around the World coloring book, I think before my last haul, but my printer was out of ink, so I never got around to printing it until now. And this one is so pretty. It's such a pretty book. I love so many of these pictures in this one. Let's see. Okay, and then these fashion ones are by Lana Green. Her Etsy shop is Lana Green Art. Also, I will put links to everything. It might take me a while to do that because there's a lot, but I will do my best. But I really liked these. I love fashion, and I just loved her art style, and it was on sale. It's like only, I think with tax, like almost $2, so not much. So super excited to color those. And then I also bought a PDF from Coloring Books 2020 is their Etsy name, and I printed it all on Walmart has a craft cardstock, so that's what I printed it on because I wanted to try kind of a toned tan since it's skin. It just really helps eliminate a step to have it printed on tan, and I've always wanted to try coloring on tan paper, so yeah, I'm excited. I love it's just so beautiful. So even if I don't ever color these because the detail is so intricate, it's still really pretty to look at. And cute little baby. I just thought I gravitated towards this particular set the most, so I bought that one. It was also on sale. I think it was like 70% off, so yeah. So that's all of the PDFs for this month. Okay, sorry, this book is so full. There's a reason why I have a goal to color at least one PDF every month. Okay. So let me set this aside really fast. Alright, I'm back. So next up is Fairytopia Special, which is Mystic Art Mirrors. And I was excited to get this one because I had been eyeing this particular coloring book of hers, but I couldn't decide if I wanted to actually buy it, so it was nice that it came to me and I didn't have to think about it. But I have seen some amazing colorings in this book on the Coloring Heaven Facebook page. I just love her art style. It's really fun. So that is the Fairytopia special. And then we have the Wildwood Witches special. And I don't normally gravitate towards witch coloring books, but I thought this one was kind of fun and really unique as far as the artwork goes. I really actually do like the line work. I like the variation of thick and thin, and just the subject matter. It's drawn in a way that I don't feel like I have to color it extremely realistically, where some of these more portrait-based books I feel very intimidated by because I feel like I have to color it realistically. But yeah, so this was kind of fun, and I had never heard of this artist, which is one reason I love Coloring Heaven, because I discover new artists. And then Starry Night Special, I was so excited to get this one because I had literally almost just bought one of her PDFs on Etsy, and I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna sleep on it. And then I got my sneak peek for Coloring Heaven the next morning, and I was like, oh my goodness, I know that art style. I've always wanted to try her art, so I was so excited that I got a coloring book with a variety of her art in it too, so it kind of also eliminated the hard decision making of like which one do I get. This is a picture that I colored in it last month, and I added all of these stars. It took a while. But yeah, I just love the dramatic contrast with the line work and the black. And there are some exclusives, which is always fun. Okay, next up, I picked up Mythographic Wild Winter by Joseph Cadenbank. I think this is, out of all of his for this series, this is my favorite. I've followed him as an artist far before he got into the coloring realm. And this, to me, feels a lot more like his artwork that I've seen on Instagram. But I've seen some beautiful pictures done in this book. I love this one with the narwhal. Love it. I am a little intimidated by just how much detail there is, but I think it's still more manageable than his first book, which I ended up giving away just because I just could not get myself to color in it. It was too much going on. So anyways, I just think this one is really pretty, and it has the perforated pages. So if you want to take it out. Oh, I love this giraffe one too. I haven't actually looked at every single picture in here yet. I don't think I've just flipped through it. Next up, Mythic World, Timeless Legends by Kirby Rosales. And I love his artwork. This one is definitely a lot more, not like dark, but just more, it's, you know, it's monsters. So, like, naturally, it's not gonna be, like, all rainbows and butterflies. But I think there's some really cool artwork in this one, and it's very detailed. And I've already seen so many awesome colorings in this book. I'm excited to actually start coloring in it. Okay. I believe all of these next books are Amazon printed. This is Gentle Nature. I saw this on, oh no, what's her, I can't remember the name of her channel. Oh well. But I have seen this floating around on YouTube, and this reminds me, as I'm sure everyone else who's bought this book, this reminds me a lot of Karolina Kubikowska's art style. It's a smaller book, obviously, it's a square. The artwork is a lot fainter than I anticipated it being, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, unless, like, you have vision issues, then it might be harder to see some of the lines. But it's really pretty, very unique. I'm excited to color something in here, and it's nice that it's single-sided. I love this one where, like, the line, eye of the cat lines up with her eyes. It's really clever. So yeah, that's just really pretty, and it's not completely like Karolina Kubikowska, just like the style of line art, or of the art, just reminds me of her a little bit. Anyways, I'm excited. I love the ocean. That's awesome. And I don't think there's any repeats. I could be wrong. I wasn't. Oh, I think it does repeat. Yeah. So there's doubles of everything. Next up is Night Garden. I know this one's been floating around on YouTube a lot too. This is by RJ Hampson. There's doubles of each picture in this one as well. But this one, I think this is my favorite of his books. It's just really pretty and really cool. I've seen a lot of people color this cute little frog. It's just really, I don't know, something about it. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, there's a lot of detail in here. But I've seen a lot of really pretty pictures done in here. Next up is Enchanted, A Colorful Journey into a Whimsical Universe by Karen Sue Chen. And this one is kind of fun. It's a really different and funky, like this penguin is fishing in space and there's a whale picking up. Like it's very different. Oh, this snail is like those rolls. Is it a French roll cake? I don't know what kind of cake this is, but it's the one that rolls up. I don't know. Yeah, just very fun. And I like how bold the line work is. Not all of the pictures in here are my favorite, but I still really like the book. Lots of like florals and stuff. So yeah, that's Enchanted. Next up I got Global Goddesses by, it's published by The Coloring Hive, and it's illustrated by Anna Dolanina, which she has an Etsy shop called Anna's Coloring, I believe, and I have bought her artwork from there before. So when I saw a flip through of this book, I knew exactly who had drawn it because her artwork is very distinct. So you get like a negative of the line art with a description of the goddess, and then you also get the line art. I also appreciate that they put swatch section and a coloring notes section, because I'm really bad at writing down what I use, but I do really want to be better at it. So this kind of is like builds it in, but the artwork in here is so pretty. I'm trying to like keep getting the description pictures. But yeah, I just have had my eye on this one for a while, and I was like, you know what? I've bought so many coloring books, and I'm going to be doing a no-buy for a really long time, so might as well buy this one before I do that. So yeah, this was really cool. Next up, we have by Morgan O'Brien. This is Welcome to the Village. It is a Animal Crossing inspired coloring book, for sure. Like, even though it's not officially Animal Crossing, it's not marketed as that, but it's very obviously what it is. I have completed a picture in here already. This one really cute. But I love Animal Crossing. I've been playing it a lot lately, so it's like, I have to have this book. And it's really nice because the pictures are cute, but also like simple, so just something you can color really quickly. And then, of course, I had to get The Way Home, also by Morgan O'Brien, which is very obviously Baby Yoda, aka Grogu, because we are really big Mandalorian fans, and we like to joke that my youngest, because he was a baby around the time Mandalorian came out, and like his big eyes and kind of his ears, he kind of looked like Baby Yoda a little bit, so I had to have this one. It's so cute. Yeah, so that's The Way Home. And then I was on the fence about getting a million Kawaii Cuties because I had just bought a bunch of Lulu Mayo's other books, but as I've seen flip-throughs and colorings in here, I was like, you know what? I really like this one. It's cute, and it's different enough from the other ones that I can justify buying it. So yeah, it's really cute. And I do know it's known as a different name elsewhere, so yeah, it's a little confusing. I'm still wondering why they made that decision. Yeah, think it's like A Million Sweet Things or something is the other iteration, but don't quote me on that. Next up, I have a couple of Kawaii coloring books. And there weren't really flip-throughs of either of these anywhere, so I kind of bought them just based on the pictures on the back. I will have a flip-through of this one going up soon. I liked the black background. It reminds me a lot of the Floating Islands coloring book. But I thought it was fun. Some of these I really, really like, and some are like, it's okay. But for the most part, I do really like it. So if you like coloring buildings and like interiors and mushrooms, you'll probably enjoy this book. This is Tiny Creatures by Kawaii. I love this one so much. If you have seen my flip through that I put up recently of this book, you will know I pretty much gushed over it the entire time. I don't know what it is about this, but it's just so cute, and I think there's just so many little clever things and references and stuff, so yeah. There's a couple pictures in here that remind me of Animal Crossing, so that's fun too. So that's Tiny Creatures by Kawaii. And then this is Delightful Time by Tyson, and this one is so cute. They also have an Etsy shop, which I didn't realize until after I had bought this, but yeah, so if you don't like the Amazon paper, you can buy their PDFs on Etsy. And I wish I would have checked Etsy first, because I always prefer, if an artist has their artwork on Amazon and Etsy, I prefer buying through Etsy just because they get more percentage of the profit, so it supports them a little bit more. But I'm still love coloring in this book. I think it's so cute. It's so adorable. It's like, yeah. Okay. Next up, I caved. I finally caved, and I got the rest of Clara Markova's coloring books. These are the only ones that I did not have. I don't know if this is her only postcard set. I can't remember. But this is the I Believe in Fairies set. It's really cute. But it does cost about as much as a coloring book does, so that was a little painful. But it's still so cute. Like, these are so precious. And I knew I would absolutely love coloring them, so the happiness and joy was worth it. The cost that I paid, I guess. But here's just a glimpse of some of them. It's so cute. So yeah, I think there's 32. Yeah, 32 postcards, and they're nice. They're really nice. So yeah. The biggest thing holding me back from buying her books was the shipping, but it's like, you know what? I don't know when these are gonna run out or if shipping's gonna go up, so I got them. This is Fairy Celebrations, and it is so detailed. It's so cute. So cute. Oops, I just love it. And all of her books come with a nice bookmark. This one is like really big. Super nice. Single-sided, unless you want to like color this aside, which they repeat, but like they change a little bit. And then Fairy Touch of Magic, which is, I believe, the one that came out, I can't remember who, 2021. Did this one come out last year? I don't know, but this one has some really cute Christmas ones and Halloween ones, so that's gonna be fun to do. Yeah, so I almost cried when these came in the mail. I was just so happy and excited. It's just, I've wanted these books for so long, and I finally have them. They're so cute. Okay. Next up, I discovered that Book Depository carries Korean coloring books. I had to restrain myself. It was really hard. I mean, I think it did help that there's not a lot of flip throughs of some of them that are on there, and it's kind of hard to find flip throughs because all of the writing is in Korean. So I do want to note, I will put links to all of these, but because all of the titles are in Korean, if you want to find Korean coloring books on Book Depository, it's really hard unless you like know how to speak Korean. But anyways, I was like going through all these pages and trying to like find all these different Korean books, and then I realized like, wait a minute, I know how to write coloring book in Korean. So I typed it into the search bar, coloring book, and I brought up most, if not all, of the Korean coloring books. So with all that being said, I will type coloring book in Korean in the description box so you can copy and paste it into Book Depository so you can find all of the Korean coloring book inventory that they have, so that you don't have to go through pages and pages and pages and pages of books just to find the Korean ones. So anyways, I thought that would be something that would be helpful on top of the links to these specific books, because they actually had quite a number, and some of them I was like, oh, this looks really cute, but I don't want to buy it because I don't know actually what it looks like inside. So these are all ones that I was able to find flip throughs for, and I wrote down the English names in case they're no longer in stock on Book Depository, which can happen, or you know, you find it for a better price in, say, eBay or something like that. So this is between poetry and painting, and I was on the fence about this one, but it's really pretty and detailed. But what sold me on it was the poetry, because I'm trying to learn how to, you know, read and speak Korean. So because Korean poetry, well, for one, it's very beautiful, but also like it has a lot more simple words. So I figured it would be kind of a fun way to learn Korean. So it does have these different poems, and I have been able to recognize some of the words without having to use Google Translate. But it's also nice because you get like a color inspiration of the original and then the line art. So if you want to color it like this, you can. The paper is really, really smooth. It's kind of like Forest Girl, the first and third editions are, where it's just smooth like butter. So I wouldn't say water medium will do well in this book in particular. And this one has a lot of like really tiny detail. But anyways, I thought this was such a pretty book. Next up is Bizarre Bottle Encyclopedia and Coloring. That's what it came up as when I searched for it. This is by Doming. Doming also has a fairy tale book, which is out of print, I believe, so it's really expensive to get your hands on, and I really, really wanted that copy because I had bought a PDF on Etsy, and then I found out later that it was actually a coloring book by this artist. So I felt really bad because the shop that I had bought it from was definitely not associated with the artist. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just, you know, buy the physical copy of this book. But then it wasn't available anymore. So I think now I can like feel more, you know, okay with coloring the PDF, because I felt so bad that I haven't colored any of the pictures even though I love it. So I think now that I've bought one of their books and supported the like the true artist, I don't feel as guilty about coloring that PDF. But this is a really pretty book. So you have some like picture cards. The paper is really thick. And it's textured a little bit, which is really nice. Now it has this side which you can write on, and then there's this side. And I guess this is, and then here's like the description of the picture. So it's nice to have like the color inspiration, so you can kind of tell what's going on in the picture. But I was reading, there's a book that's actually like, this is a companion to that book, where it's a dictionary of sorts that kind of addresses mental health and like the different emotions that we feel, I believe, is kind of what the gist of it was, which I think is really awesome, because I feel like that's something that is still a taboo subject in a lot of places. So anyways, I thought this was, some of these pictures are just really beautiful, and you get doubles, so it's less intimidating, because if you mess up on one, you still have another that you can color. So it's just really pretty, and it's a little bit more unique. It's not like, it's pretty, but it's also kind of like, not really weird, but it's oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Unique. What's the word? I can't think of the word. Oh well. But super pretty. And it's a nice soft grayscale, so it makes figuring out shading and stuff really nice. So anyways, there's that one. And there's a table of contents. So that is by Doming. And then here we have a Flower and Girl coloring book. Also was showing up as Flower Language with Heart. And I couldn't figure out which of these was the author. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, this one is really pretty. And it's a hardback, which is really nice. Love. Oh, and the one by Doming is also hardback. The paper in here is smooth, but it's not... Sorry, my son came and asked me for ice cream, and I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, okay. So the paper is smooth, but it's a different kind of smooth than like Forest Girl, but it is still really smooth. But this one is so pretty. I love the line art, and even the like original / inspiration artwork is so pretty. So I'm really excited about this one. It's just so cute. I don't know why I didn't discover this earlier, but like, this is most definitely Anne, from Anne of Green Gables. Yeah, so it's really sweet. So I think some of these are like based on like fairy tales / folklore, but I'm not 100% sure on like if there's like a particular theme. Next up is The Moment. I saw this book on T's World of Coloring, yeah, in one of her Korean haul videos, and I thought it was really pretty. The line art is like really faint on the facial features, and it is a lot thinner for like the main part too, but you have this inspiration on the other side, which is really helpful in figuring out like shading for skin and just like the idea of what the picture is. So this one has a lot of portraits, which I'm trying to overcome my fear of coloring portraits. So this is good. This will be really good practice. Paper is really smooth, and then we have some of the originals at the front, which is very common in Korean coloring books, but it does have a table of contents, so that's nice too. So that is The Moment. Okay, this one is called Draw a Lovely You, and this one is so adorable. It's a very soft grayscale, the artwork is. It is Okay, so the back just has a couple that are double-sided, but the rest, you have one picture on this side and then like the picture to color on the other, which is so cute. So even if I never color in this, I will still love it. Oh, it's so cute. Pinocchio. So I want to go through and translate all of these different titles because I think it like might be like poetry and stories. Like this reminds me of like Treasure Island or something. Anyways, just really precious. They remind me a lot of dolls, which I think was the inspiration behind it. So yeah. And then next up is The Day We Finally Meet by Kim Yoo Jin. This, I think, when I first started coloring was like on my wish list, but it was only available on Etsy, and at that time I had already bought enough coloring books on Etsy that it was just out of budget to buy this, and I kind of forgot about it, and then it's been like circulating around again, and it's so cute. Am I gonna color every single picture in here? Probably not, but I loved enough. Like, I love this one so much. These little bunny rabbits. I loved enough that I knew I could, what's the word that I'm looking for? That I, buying it made sense. Oh, I love this one too. This is so cute. The tulips. It's just really fun. So, yeah. And the paper in here is also smooth. There's not really texture. Well, it's really smooth. Ooh, this is pretty. So, and I believe this is also based on like different poems. So, yeah. That is The Day We Finally Meet. Also, if you screenshot this, you can do a Google image search and it should pull it up as well. Okay, last books. The Imaginary World of Jane F. Hankins. So, I have been wanting her coloring books for a long time. Now, I feel like you either are really weirded out by them or you really love them. And I'm in the really love them category. I think they're awesome, they're quirky, they're fun and different, and that's right up my alley. So, they were on sale, which I didn't know when I was on her website, and I was just looking and I added to cart and it was like 50% off. It's like, hey, I might as well buy some. So I checked last night and they were still 50% off, so they're probably still on sale. So I did buy 4 different ones, and another reason that I justified in buying these is she's an Arkansas-based artist, which is the state I live in. So I was like, I want to support someone who is, kind of local to the area. But these are just so fun. The pages are perforated, so if you want to take it out and frame it or give it away, you can. But some of these are just so awesome. My husband thinks they're creepy, but I think they're awesome. Tortoise and the tortoise hair's on the move. So it's like the tortoise and the hare all in one. I showed these books to my parents and they absolutely love them too. So it's kind of fun because we'll be able to color together even though we're like so far apart because they live out west. Pretty far away. So I love this one. It's so funny. So that's The Imaginary World Volume 2. And then this is Friends from My Imaginary World, which has 30. These books are the 9x12s. The paper is a number 80 cardstock. It has a little bit of tooth, but like not a lot. I love this picture. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I think it's awesome. This one is really fun. Yeah, just very different, and I love different. If you know me, you know I like things that are out of the box, unique. This one is so funny. Oh man, that's awesome. So that is Friends from My Imaginary World. This one has 30 pictures. I think all the other ones have 25. The Imaginary Forest. There's just a quick sneak. I love this one. Okay, so there's that one. And then she only had the 11 by 14 size left for this particular book. But holy moly guacamole, it is huge. Let me find a book just to show. So this is like your standard square coloring book, okay? Look at that. It's just so big. So anyways, it's gonna be fun. But I think another one of my favorite pictures is in this one. I love this one with like they all have their little mushroom hats. It's just really fun. So yeah, that, my friends, is everything in my haul. And look at that, I managed to do it all in under an hour. Woohoo! Though I apologize in advance to your bank accounts. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and as I said before, I'm excuse me, going to be going on a long no-buy. I am waiting on a package. So I was hoping that it would come, but it's been over a month now, and so I was like, you know what, maybe if I film this video, it'll come in the mail this week. It is to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little nervous just because like my Clara Markova books didn't take this long to get here, and they came kind of from the same area. So, and I guess the one reason I'm so nervous is I haven't been able to log in. There's some error, so I can't check my delivery, my order status or anything. And I've emailed the artist, and she hasn't responded back. And so I'm just hoping that it's coming. Maybe it just got stuck in customs or something. I don't know. Like, I know some international mail takes longer than others, but just based on what Google says, it should be here by now. But anyway, so I'm expecting it any day now. And then I do have some pre-orders that are not counted into the no-buy, but it's not like a crazy amount. I think it's like 5 books, and they're, all spread out through this year. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know which book that you saw that you really liked and added to your wish list. And happy coloring! Thanks for watching!